sit down. Hey friends, what's up? So for today's video, I'm doing an updated everyday makeup routine. I did the last one of these in 2021, so it's been a minute. I've definitely changed up products, I've changed up techniques that I use, and mainly I feel like I've found some products that like I'm gonna be using for years. Like as I've explored high-end makeup, like drugstore makeup, I feel like I'm looking for certain things and different products, and the ones I have currently may be the closest I've gotten to like my holy grail makeup routine. I'm still trying to find some different products that I like, but these have been the best so far, so I'm excited to share them with you. I really do a very like natural, like simple glowy type of makeup look. I just find that that's what looks best on my face. It's an easy routine. It doesn't take that long. It takes me longer because I am an obsessive perfectionist, but I think anybody watching this can definitely do it. I'm gonna be going through all my products. I have a mix of like drugstore and then Sephora, Ulta type brands, so let's just get into it. So all my makeup, my brushes, and tools I use for this all fit in this little beige bag. I feel like it looks like a lot for the product you are left with. It's funny because all of this, like I put on my face and there will be a man who thinks I'm not wearing any makeup, but this is all the stuff that I'm using. So I've already done my skincare. I did like moisturizer, sunscreen already, so I'm gonna start with priming my face. I've been using the Fenty Beauty Primer. This is their Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. I've gone through a few different primers. The last one I was trying was the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I still haven't found one that I'm like, this is it. But this one, this Fenty one, works great. So does the Milk Hydro Grip. I have a hard time making my makeup last throughout the day. I don't know if it's my skin type, but I'm really on the hunt for a good primer that like by the end of the day my makeup's still gonna look really good. What I like about the Fenty primer is it has kind of a smoothing effect, like it has filter in the name for a reason. So if you have bigger pores or you just want a more airbrush look, I feel like this is a good one for that. So for my base, I'm a newly converted skin tint girl. I wore foundation like all through college, and high coverage foundation at that, which I don't really need. Like I don't have the worst skin. I have like discoloration around my eyes. I have some stress breakouts going on right now, but I don't really need a high coverage foundation. So I've been switching to skin tints also because I've been trying to work on my skin and skincare in general. I just haven't found one that I love just yet. This is the Saie one. I think that's how you pronounce it, S-A-I-E. It's their slip tint, and it is really pretty. It has a really nice finish. It's buildable. I just haven't found that it lasts me all throughout the day the way I want it to. So I'm trying different ones. I'm trying the Rare Beauty one next, but this one is really pretty. So I do use a sponge to blend this in. This is the Real Technique sponge. I haven't used the Beauty Blender brand because when I started using sponges, this was just the first one that I went to off of a friend's recommendation. But it comes in a pack of 2 for like $15-ish, and the Beauty Blender one is 1 for $20, and I've heard it's very comparable, so this is one I use. I love it. It's very soft, very good at blending. So next for concealer, I'm going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I love the coverage of this one. Like I said, I don't like full coverage foundation anymore, but I do really like a full coverage concealer because I do have discoloration around my eyes. Like no matter how much I sleep, no matter how much skincare I do, how much vitamin C serum I use, I have dark circles under my eyes, just like around my eyes in general. I have stopped putting concealer like on my eyelid because it would always crease every single time, and it was so annoying. You would always see like a line of concealer. It's in so many of my videos. I hate it. So I stopped for that reason, but I also realized that my discoloration kind of gives me an eyeshadow effect, and I see people like purposefully putting darker shadows in the crease of their eye to add dimension, and I already had that naturally, so I'm embracing what my body already does for me, but my under eyes, like those can go, those can choke. So I let this concealer sit for a bit and dry down while I do my eyebrows. And my favorite brow gel right now is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. It is the smallest little package, but it lasts me so long. It's like a pomade. It's kind of like their Dip Brow, but in like a tube. So it's not a very like natural product. It's not like a Glossier boy brow type, but I like that because it lasts me so much longer. I just use a little bit and like brush it through. I feel like it keeps my brows really in place because it's a pomade. And this is like, I think it's like $12 for this little tube. It might be less actually because it's the travel size, and like I said, it lasts me so long, so it's a great deal. I really like it. So we're gonna go in with that just a little bit because it is like a lot of product. So I go in with the light hand. Like see, even just like a few swipes, I was doing it very lightly too. It already has such a good fill. So there you can see the difference. Like, not a huge difference. I don't need a lot of help there, but just like a little bit of filling in where the brows are a bit more sparse is really nice. I also don't know if it's like the millennial in me, but I'm not a big fan of the super fluffy like soap brow trend. I need my brows to be a bit more clean and uniform. I think it just is what looks better on my face. Okay, now that my brows are filled in, I go back in with my concealer and this little like flat small brush. It's very worn because I've used it every single day for like years. It's from BH Cosmetics, but I just go and I outline my brows. I've actually been on such a journey with my eyebrows. Like, of all like my makeup routine steps, it has really transformed the most over the years. Like, I first started filling in my eyebrows in high school with just like a pencil, and there was no cleaning up, there was no like brushing through. But then the Instagram brows were in when I got to college. That was when the pomade was really blowing up, and I was so dead set on learning how to do like fleeky eyebrows. They were pretty boxy, pretty dark, like very much drawn on, but I thought I worked it. Honestly, like, I thought I worked it. I got a lot of compliments too on my eyebrows at the time. So now I'm just going in with my beauty blender and blending all that concealer out. Because I have a more like heart-shaped round face, I try to place my concealer where it will be like going upwards to lift the face. I also do that with my blush, which I'll show you guys later. So last step for brows, I just brush through them with a little spoolie just to place them where I want them to be. If there are any sparse areas, like I see this very little tiny one that you probably can't even see, but I can see it, I go in with this brow pen. This one is from, I stole it from my mom. What is this? This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. It's a really thin tip, which I really like, and I just go in there for any like little detail work, anything that I missed. I did use Dipbrow pomade for this before with my little brush, but I lost it. I have no idea where it went, but a little pencil does the job just fine. I was just using that because that's what I had before. Alright, but that's it for brows. I do really like the L'Oreal one. I definitely recommend one of theirs because it does have such a nice thin tip, and it's drugstore, so super affordable. Okay, so next I'm going in with my contour stick. I use the Fenty Match Stick in Mocha, and I've recently learned how to contour my face a little bit better, just like with my face shape, and I realized I have to contour higher up. I used to like kind of just do like a fish face and like go on the curves of my face there, which is a lot lower on my face, and I've learned since then that it's much better to go a bit higher up, kind of like what I was saying about the concealer, like just lifting the face up. So I almost put it like where my highlight would be, like just barely below. So I do a little C like that. Normally, or like before, I would put it down here and it would drag my face down, but now I feel like it does a much better job of making me look like I have cheekbones and like defining the curves of my face better. So for my nose, I just go down the sides. I don't really do anything that revolutionary. I go down here by my nostrils. I don't do like the little line in the middle to like have like a slopey nose, because I just feel like that area of my nose is like bigger and wider, just like having an ethnic nose, and I don't think it looks very good with my nose shape, so I leave that out and I just go ahead and do the sides. So I'm going in with this blending brush from Merit Beauty to blend out that concealer, and I make sure I'm going in an upward motion because, like I said, we want to lift the face. I will take any excess product from that and just blend it into my hairline so I have a bit of color on my forehead, and then same thing just underneath my jaw. Then for my nose contour, I go in with another BH Cosmetics brush. This one is a bit fluffier and bigger, and I just go and blend that out on the sides. And I don't like a harsh nose contour, so I'll go in with my beauty blender and just soften it up even more. And that's the contour. I feel like it just lifts my face a bit. Ooh, let's blend that out a little bit more. Okay, next for blush, I'm using the Flush Balm from Merit. This is in the shade Beverly Hills, and I try to just keep it up high on my cheekbones. I feel like before I felt like your blush and your contour and your highlight were supposed to be like 3 separate parts of your face, like a Neapolitan ice cream type, but I actually feel like it looks so much more natural and blended when they're overlapping a little bit, and I think it's fine. It also just works better with my face shape, so that's what I do. And then as you can see, I just use my fingers to blend it out. This is like the only step I do with my fingers. I don't understand people who like put their front, like, what's her name? Meredith on TikTok. Have you guys seen her? Where she gets so much foundation, like so much, like a third of the bottle, and just goes and rubs it into her face. Like, one, it's an insane amount of foundation obviously, but two, I just like, oh, the feeling of just like rubbing makeup into my face, I can't do it. Okay, so now onto eyes. This is my favorite mascara of all time. This is the Tower 28 MakeWaves mascara, and it's the best. It's everything I have looked for in a mascara. Like, for all I've been saying about different products, like, oh, I kind of don't like this about it, I don't like this, I'm still trying to find my favorite. This checks all the boxes. So it is their MakeWaves mascara. It is a clean mascara, like a natural mascara, and it's not waterproof, which at first I was hesitant about, but I actually love that because a huge like burden in my life for whatever reason is taking off my makeup. I absolutely despise taking off my makeup. I used to do like the Neutrogena wipes, and then I used coconut oil, and then I had to wash my face after, and it was an extra step that I absolutely hated. Now with the routine I have currently, I just go in the shower, I wash my face, and it all comes off, and it is just the nicest thing. And that is in part because I don't use those like super harsh, like waterproof, like gel like mascaras on my eyes. This comes off so easily, and I'm not like rubbing it into my eyes. I feel like that's really bad for the skin around your eyes. It comes off super easily, but at the same time just not smudge everywhere. I've used like mascaras that are waterproof that still smudge everywhere and then are so hard to take off, and it doesn't make any sense to me. This is the opposite. It is just, it's the best. So first I'm going in and curling my lashes. This is the Tweezerman eyelash curler, and it is expensive, but it is very much worth it. I feel like a good lash curler makes such a difference, and I just feel like this one makes a good curl. It keeps its curl. I don't know why I have a hard time making my eyelashes stay curled. I think I want to start getting lash lifts because it's so annoying, but this one does a really good job. The Shiseido one is also really good. They're both available at the drugstore too. I brought my mirror closer because I don't want to make a mess here. But speaking of holding a curl, this mascara holds a curl so well. A lot of time I find with waterproof and especially like clean natural mascaras, they do not hold a curl at all in my lashes, and this one, it does everything I want it to do. I really like, this is my holy grail mascara. Alright, mascara's done. I did the top and the bottom. This is what they look like all day. This is my favorite mascara. I can't say that enough. I don't really use any like eyeliner. I sometimes tightline my waterline, but only if I'm going to be taking pictures that day. I just feel like it makes them look more defined in photos. But for the most part, like day to day, I don't really like dealing with extra product or any like potential smudging. So mostly I don't. Okay, so next for highlight, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for more of a natural highlight. So I just put it like where you would put highlighter normally. I kind of just use it as like a liquid highlighter and blend it out with my finger. During my dip brow phase, I was all about like a blinding highlight, like probably too much highlight, but that was what was in. Now I go for something a lot more natural, just like a pretty glow, and I feel like this is really good for that because it's kind of tinted, like almost like a skin tint. It just blends in really nicely and looks really natural. Okay, and then finally for my lips, I'm going to be lining them with the Tower 28 OneLiner. This is in the shade Fill Me In, and this is a super natural shade. I just use it to define my lips a little bit more, especially because I've been getting product on them from the rest of my routine. Alright, but there's that. I don't fill them in, I just line them. And then I go in with my Merit Beauty, this is their signature lip in the shade Tiger. It's like this red, like brick red color I really like. It's like my favorite shade right now. I just go over that. And then sometimes I'll leave it at this, but if I want a bit more of a glossy look, I'll use the Merit Beauty lip oil. And this is my favorite like gloss like type situation. I guess it's a lip oil, so it's different, but I just love how it feels on my lips. It's not sticky like at all because it's a lip oil. And this is in the shade Sangria, and it just looks so nice over the Tiger. Did I say Sangria like the whitest person alive? Perhaps. And then the last step, this is my new favorite setting spray. This is the One Size setting spray. It's really interesting because it's like an aerosol can instead of like a mist, but I found that it lasts like all day. It really does. So I don't know if it's because it's like an aerosol can, but it really does stick to your face. Like I feel it drying down already. I was a hardcore like Urban Decay setting spray fan, but this is my new favorite, absolutely. But this is a finished look. This is my everyday makeup routine. It usually takes me like 20 or 30 minutes as long as everything's going to plan, like my eyebrows aren't being annoying and they're like cooperating, or I don't have a pimple, or just anything isn't going my way. 20-30 minutes, really easy. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you used some of the products that I mentioned. Some of these are like my Holy Grail products, like I mentioned. Like this is the closest I've gotten to my makeup routine being like absolutely perfect, and I'm only getting closer. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure to leave me a like and a comment to let me know. Be sure to subscribe and hit the post notification bell if you haven't yet. But I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.